This is a story about a man named Nick who is living in America in the 1920s. He moves to New York to become a bond trader and finds that he lives next to a large mansion occupied by a mysterious man named Gatsby. Gatsby hosts wild parties every night with lots of women and alcohol, and when Nick is invited, he learns that Gatsby had also been in the army. However, no one really knows how Gatsby got rich. Nick reunites with his cousin Daisy, a flirtatious young woman who is married to Tom, a rich businessman. However, Tom is having an affair with a mechanic's wife, Myrtle. Nick meets Daisy's friend Jordan, a young professional golfer, and they form a romantic relationship. Meanwhile, Nick and Gatsby become friends, and Gatsby shares how he inherited his wealth from a yacht owner. It's also revealed that Gatsby had known Daisy when they were younger, and he is still in love with her. In fact, Gatsby secretly watches Daisy from across the lake, as Daisy lives there with Tom and her daughter. Gatsby and Daisy finally meet, and a flood of emotions come back. They admit their love for each other. The weather gets hot, and to escape the heat, they all drive into town. Tom finds out that Daisy wants to leave him and gets upset, telling Daisy and Gatsby to drive back home, where they will further discuss it. However, Daisy, driving Gatsby's yellow car, runs over Myrtle by accident. Tom then tells the mechanic that it was Gatsby who ran over Myrtle. And as Gatsby is swimming at home, the mechanic shows up and shoots him. Sadly, no one shows up to Gatsby's funeral, and Nick, confused and saddened, sells everything and moves back to the Midwest. First of all, the story presents a historical snapshot of the 1920s, an interesting time in American history. We get the vividness of the time with the lights and glamour that saturated the people. Drinking, parties, and sex were to be celebrated, not condemned. And it should be noted that to express this energy and culture through writing is a difficult task. It's simply not just saying that there were bright lights and cocktails, but immersing a reader in this world with subtle reminders of the culture. Identity is also an important theme, as characters have complex identities that often involve deceit. People are not who they say they are. Tom and Myrtle having an affair, and the ambiguous history of Gatsby, as Gatsby's name isn't even his real name. In fact, as readers, we are reminded of this when his father shows up and corrects Nick, saying that his name was James Gatz. There are several explanations given to us as to how Gatsby became wealthy. Readers learn early on how he gained his wealth, but are still left wondering how that wealth had been maintained over the years. Ambiguous phone calls seem to be coming to the house even after Gatsby's death, which hints at illegal gambling as a source of income for Gatsby. And Nick makes an interesting observation about parties that could still be true today, that while they happen every weekend, there is a certain emptiness experienced at parties. This emptiness derives from how fake and replaceable people are, that if you attend enough parties, they all tend to be the same. Furthermore, Gatsby wishes he could go back to when he had first met Daisy, and any character that wishes the present were the past, that things were the way they used to be, is doomed. This is a strong literary device, and several of the best stories incorporate this in their tragic characters, so be forewarned, living in the past is dangerous.